back, strap in, and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty. Welcome to the After Hours with TC Restani, the podcast. I am TC Restani, emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse, and I am joined once again by the executive producer of this program, and now the head of all of Restani Productions, the one and the only, the lovely and talented Miss OMG herself, Abby Harwich. What's going on, Abby?
I'm so excited to be back. I am like beaming right now. You did your whole introduction like I got tingly.
You did. I can see the goosebumples from here.
I'm so excited.
Now, for those of you who may be listening to this program for the first time, shame on you. We've been doing this for a very long time. But Abby is the executive producer of the program, and she's been doing a lot of extracurricular activities outside of Restani Productions.
A lot.
And we haven't done a regular podcast, in quite some time.
Quite a while.
And your fans have made it known that they miss you.
I miss everybody. I miss being here. Well, you know, I come here, but you don't do this.
Right. I mean, let's be honest. Behind the scenes, we do text every day because we do all the Restani production stuff.
Of course.
But, you know, getting you in front of a microphone or a camera is very difficult these days.
It's been quite difficult recently. But hopefully everything's opening up. Well, it is opening up, but...
Right. The last time I saw you, you were a guest star on Aunt Petunia's show,
Yes.
Aunt Petunia's variety show,
Yes.
where you told the world that you now have been promoted by myself and the people who are behind the scenes of Restani Productions as the executive producer of every Restani production.
I am. I also have to clear something up.
What is that?
I noticed this. Of course I noticed it like after I left, but on the show, on the variety show.
Aunt Petunia's variety show?
Yes. We were talking about something, and we were talking about the thing that she co-hosted with one of our other stars down here.
Yes. You were out of the country on that one, so you weren't around for that. That was the Aunt Petunia comedy show that she did with Ricky Bittman.
Yes, I want to correct myself because I asked her about it and I said something about WrestleMania. No idea why I thought she was covering something on WrestleMania. I have no idea why I thought that, but she was so confused when I asked her about that, and I felt like a complete idiot. And then literally, as soon as I left the building, I said to myself, oh my God, it was not WrestleMania. It was a freaking comedy show.
Well, you know, in fairness to you, when you were doing that program with Aunt Petunia, it was WrestleMania season.
Oh, so maybe that was why.
So you may have heard things on the radio or television.
But there used to be a wrestling show down here.
There used to be a long time ago,
and for some reason, I just thought, I don't know why, I just got that mixed up.
Well, you know, maybe do you want to wrestle Aunt Petunia?
I feel like that would be great. I feel like that would be comedy gold right there.
I think we could have a lot of pay-per-view subscribers to that.
We should get one of like those sumo suits, like those big inflatable ones, with like the what are those? The jousting things. They're not dowels. What are they?
Spears.
Yeah, but they have like cushions on them.
Okay, I know. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
I just think that would be a riot.
Okay, you know, we'll put that on the list out there. Aunt Petunia taking on OMG Abby in a sumo spearing contest.
That would be a riot.
I think we could actually take, bets on it as well. You know, the fans out there could say who they're going to vote for or who they're going to bet on.
That would be hysterical.
I think, maybe we'll have to, that could be a New Year's Eve special, of course.
That would be a riot.
We'll tape it, obviously, prior to that, because I have a big New Year's Eve party in Las Vegas, which hopefully you'll be coming to.
Of course.
You know, if you're not going back to England and whatnot.
I don't know. I've been quite the travel bug recently.
You have been the travel bug, and you've also been doing a lot of theater.
I have. Thank God. It's about time. It's been quite a while.
No, you said this on Aunt Petunia's show. If you want to know what she said on the show, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/AfterHoursTC, and see the lovely and talented Miss Abigail Harwich, OMG Abby herself, on the Aunt Petunia program, talking about you graduated from a college. We're not going to mention it, with a master's degree.
I did two.
Excuse me.
Two master's
degrees.
I've worked my little hiney off for quite a while.
And your yoga pants.
Yes, that's true.
And you are a double master's degree in performing arts.
Yes. Well, theater education, but I'd rather be in performing arts.
All right. Well, theater. When everybody thinks of the theater, they think of performing arts. And now, did you do the double thing because you're British?
Haha. No. Actually, sorry, I had to clean I had some peanut butter before I came here.
You had a big peanut butter. You had a big peanut butter and fluff sandwich.
I did. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, this is a different tangent. I got to finish this one
right,
first.
go ahead.
Remind me, peanut butter. So I got 2 masters because I wanted to get the MFA. The MFA is
Masters in Fine Arts.
yes, it's a Master of Fine Arts degree, but it is a terminal degree, which means that is the highest I can go in my field. Yes. So like if I got a doctorate degree, I can't get one in theater or performance or music. I think you can get a doctorate of music. But like,
do they have doctor theater?
No, they don't. Which is what I'm saying.
Okay.
A master of fine arts is the highest you can go.
It's kind of like being a Jedi. You can only become a master.
Exactly. It's funny you say that because that was like an ongoing joke between me and one of my friends because she is obsessed with Star Wars, loves Star Wars, and her grad party was Star Wars themed and she became a master Jedi.
Wonderful.
Right? I thought of you. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, well, see, I'm touched that you thought of me. So what was the other degree?
So that's what I was going to say. So in order to get my Master of Fine Arts degree, the college that I went to, one of the few in this area of the country, the only way you can get that is if you get a Master of either theatre education or applied theatre first. So I got an MA, which is my master's, in applied theatre and theatre education. Applied theatre basically means like in history class, instead of teaching about the first Thanksgiving, you have like everyone dress up as pilgrims and they like reenact the first dinner or whatever it is. Like that's the equivalent of like what applied theater is like. Do you know what I mean? Like putting on, like
Yes.
doing like theater exercises instead of like reading something off a board. So I got my master of arts in applied theater. It's a lot to remember, and theater education. And then I went on to get my MFA in applied theater. So not theater education, just applied theater.
So you're a very educated performer.
Yes, and I'm done with education for right now.
You're done.
I'm educated out.
You're done, huh?
I am, yeah.
Have the school tuition pile rised?
Well, I was very fortunate that my parents decided to pay for my schooling, but that is only because I did not want to go to grad school and they wanted me to, and they said, if you go, we'll pay for it. So I said, I guess I have to.
Would they like to adopt me? I need to go get a degree or something. But fantastic. I can't believe it. We all know how talented you are down here at
Thank you.
Restani Productions, or you wouldn't be sitting here talking to me right now.
Thank you.
And I'm
sweet.
ecstatic. And segueing into that, you have done some very, very prominent local theater.
Wait, I'll have a side story before the segue.
Okay, is
Because
that-
I said peanut butter.
Okay, go to the back of the peanut butter.
I have to say this quickly. You're going to be mind blown.
Okay.
Me, not native of this country, have had many Fluffernutters in my life. If you're not from this area and you don't know what a Fluffernutter is a peanut butter and fluff sandwich. My boyfriend, who is from here, born and raised, 23 years old, has never had one before. Never tasted fluff. To this
Really?
day. Present to this day.
I know people in another industry that there are fluffers, but we're not getting into that right now. But I know what you're talking about. If you don't live in the New England area,
I didn't know that though.
fluff is basically just marshmallows melted and
awesome.
and put in a peanut butter sandwich, right? Is it peanut
Yes.
butter and fluff, or is it peanut butter jelly
Yep.
and fluff?
No. Oh.
Just
I don't
peanut butter
know.
and fluff.
I've never tried that.
Okay.
But
Now-
I'm pretty sure it's just peanut butter and fluff.
Now, I used to have fluff as a kid. I don't remember it as much as you do because you were sitting here. Sounded like you had glue in your mouth about 20
Felt
minutes
like
ago.
it.
But it is a very New England thing. So, I mean, obviously, fluff is all over the world
I think
now.
I'm going to make him try one this week.
Really?
Yeah. We talk about it literally like every other day. And I just thought about it now for some
Okay,
reason.
so now that we've segued from the peanut butter, let's go back to the
theater,
back
yep.
to the acting.
I'm keeping up. I'm keeping track.
I know. It's been a while since you've been doing this. And you had some prominent acting roles in local theater.
I did.
And give us the 411 on what you did.
So, I was in a show at a very prestigious theater.
Right. Very prestigious.
Very prestigious. A theater that I've dreamt of acting at since, I saw my first show there when I was like, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around
Right.
there was my first show that I've saw here. And I've always dreamt of working there. And I was very fortunate to get an internship there when I was in college, and I've gone back every summer and I've taught and I've been promoted since then, which is great. This is my first summer like as a higher up position, which is awesome. But prior to the educational season starting, I was in my first regional production at that theater.
And what was it?
Amazing. It was Beauty and the Beast, but it was not the Disney version.
So what's the difference?
So this is written by, I believe, Kaleidoscope Theatre, Kaleidoscope Productions. I believe they wrote it and we just got the rights from them. But it's basically, so in regular Beauty and the Beast, like, if you don't know what happens in regular Beauty and the Beast, basically, like, Belle is this outcast and she lives with her father, and her father like stumbles upon this castle or something, and then he like has to sacrifice his life to save his daughters, but then Belle goes instead, and then there's a rose that's wilting, and if the rose wilts before the beast falls in love, then he stays a beast forever, but if they fall in love before the last petal falls, then he goes back to being human, and they all live happily ever after. Basically, the Beauty and the Beast that I was in was similar. It had like the same characteristics, but it was twisted a little bit. So her name wasn't Belle, her name was Beauty, but I was the one that played Beauty. I was very fortunate to have that role.
Obviously, who else? I mean,
I was very happy about it.
They're not going to hire Bull Montana to play Beauty. Let's just put it that way.
So basically, this rendition of Beauty and the Beast is Beauty lives with two sisters, which is different from the Disney version, and her father. And the father is a merchant, so he like goes out to sea, and I think he steals, but he collects all these items and brings all these gifts home for his daughters. And the two sisters of Beauty are like pretty spoiled. And the show starts off with him returning from one of his trips, and there's been a huge storm at sea, so he has to go back to like recoup his losses. And while he's out there's another storm, and he stumbles upon this castle, and he walks through the garden, and there's a note in the garden basically saying like, weary traveler, you've reached this destination for a reason, like please stay the night, you have clean sheets and you can take a shower and you have food and warmth and all those things. So he stays, and when he's leaving in the morning, he steals a rose from the garden because Beauty asked him to bring her a rose, and he doesn't know that the rose is enchanted. And then the Beast gets mad at him for taking the rose and says, you know, like, I gave you all these things. I gave you warmth. I gave you food. I gave you a place to stay. And you have taken this rose and you didn't even ask, and it's enchanted and blah, 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 blah. And basically the same thing, like the father has to give his life to save Beauty, but then Beauty feels guilty. So she goes back and sacrifices her own life, but then she falls in love with the Beast, and then he turns human, and they all live happily ever after, and no one dies.
Do you sing any of the same songs from the Disney
Nope,
one?
not one.
Really?
It was, I don't want to say it was embarrassing because it was so much fun. We had so much fun doing it. It was not embarrassing, but like it's very much like set in that time period, like very early.
Once upon a time period.
Yeah, I don't even know what like decade or century that would be in, but there's one song called The Poke Up. It's called My Polish Girl, and it's basically they do like a polka and everything, and it literally sounds like a carnival. And there's another song that literally, if you've ever been to Disney World, it sounds like Splash Mountain. And we were just backstage, and we were like, all of these poor little girls in Belle costumes are probably sitting in the audience right now listening to this saying, we're at the wrong show. What the hell did you bring me to?
It's like Frankenstein. You've ever read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein?
No, I haven't.
It's a lot different from the Universal Pictures Frankensteins
Really?
that came out in like the 20s and 30s and whatnot.
Okay.
So
Young Frankenstein is really good.
Well,
Have
that's
you
a
ever seen
comedy.
That is so good.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah, I've seen that musical. I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the musical.
So that is kind of funny what you say. These little girls who idolize Belle
It was so horrible.
come to the
so
show
bad.
in their little costumes, thinking they can say Beauty and the
the
Beast.
thing is, too, like the theater that I work at, like if you go to a kids show there and they're doing a Disney production, every single child in the audience is dressed in a Disney princess character or the princess of that show. Like right now, I'm working on Little Mermaid. I can guarantee you probably like 75% of that audience are going to be little girls dressed like Ariel. I just know it. But for Beauty and the Beast, like we were all backstage, and our stage manager comes back and he's like, You should see all the girls out there dressed. I wasn't even in a yellow dress either. I was in a pink dress. Like, very much
I saw the pictures on your Twitter.
Yes, very much not the Disney's version of Beauty and the Beast. And these and of course it doesn't help that the lobby has no idea. So they're playing like Disney. Yeah, they're playing. Yeah, they're playing like all these Disney songs, and all these kids are like so gung ho to go see, dancing silverware and champagne bottles and wolves and all those things. And they walk in and they hear like the carnival, and they're like, "What the hell are we?"
Well, I've never actually seen Beauty and the Beast, so I have no idea. But
it's
now,
really good.
Do they warm up to it after it starts, or do they leave?
No, nobody left. Actually, it was only an hour, so there was no intermission. It's supposed to be like enough that a child could sit through, like regardless of it's entertaining or not. But it was very entertaining. We had a great time. It was written pretty comedically, so like a lot of parents got the jokes too. So it was definitely a show for all ages. No, they loved it. They raved about it. But I did hear through the grapevine that people did send emails to the higher ups being like, "This was not Beauty and the Beast. Like, this was not what I wanted to get for."
Right. I want my money back.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
No, too late. You already sat and saw the show. It's a little
I
too
saw
late.
you signing autographs for little kids.
I did. Oh my God, it was so sweet. It was so cute.
Does it remind you when you were a little kid going to these shows?
Yeah, honestly, it did. Because, I mean, even now, as a 24-year-old, like, I see someone who was on stage and I still get, like, not nervous, but like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like,
right.
They're a normal person too,
But you got so there. I saw the pictures and it was very adorable.
Well, I went over to talk to my family. My whole family came. My boyfriend came, and I went over to go see them afterwards. And they got me flowers and things. It was very sweet.
Well, I understand. Where was my ticket?
I don't know. I'm sorry. They didn't. If it makes you feel any better, they weren't free. My family did not get free tickets.
Oh, then I would have gone then. All right.
So.
Most people think the TC stands for the cheapskate.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so funny. But so I'm like talking to them afterwards, and then I see like all of a sudden I look over my shoulder and there's just a line of children. And it's just funny because, like, of course, I'm not, like, in costume anymore.
Right.
My hair's taken out and everything. And I just have on, like, normal, like, sweatpants and whatever. And there's a line of children. And my aunt's looking at me like, oh, my God, I can't believe they, like, figured out it was you.
Well, I saw the picture of you going, like, ta-da, in, like, the lobby.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
It was awesome.
So you're kind of living your dream,
Honestly, yeah, a little bit. But I know
every journey begins with the first step.
I love that saying.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
They said that in the beginning of the first Star Wars movie, so that's where I stole it from.
I love it. That's a good quote to live by.
It is a good quote to live by. I'm very excited about this. Now, you were on tour, kind of. You went down to the great state of Rhode Island and did a couple things down there.
Yes, I did. Yeah, at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
In a barn.
In a barn.
Right.
So the owner of the theater that I did the show at, they have a sister theater in Rhode Island, and it's literally like a barn that was converted into a theater.
Was there any animals in it? No, yeah.
No, but I will say that we were not put in the real dressing rooms because there was another show going on there at the time, and they had like a month-long run, so they had priority, which of course
the pictures I saw, you look like you were on someone's deck outside.
I was literally in the top of the prop shop.
Okay.
Like, there were literally like paint supplies and stuff everywhere. And we were given like one changing booth and like one 6-foot table to put all of our stuff on. And they were like, have at it. They didn't even sweep the floors.
Well, the pictures I saw on your Twitter, which you can follow Abby at After Hours Abby. Of
course.
It was, I guess you were with Prince Charming or wherever the dude was.
Oh, yeah.
Outside on a deck.
Yes. So when you walk up to the back of the theater, sorry, it's not like, it's not the main entrance, it's the actor's entrance.
The stage door?
Yeah, if you want to call it that. It was literally the back of a barn. You walk up the stairs and there's a huge deck, and they put out like a table of like coffee, tea, water, and to the right you go inside and it's like the stage.
Right.
Like, there's not a big backstage. You literally walk through the doors of this deck and it's the backstage, and you go right onto the stage. But if you were to go to your left instead and go up the stairs, that's where we were, like literally the top of the barn. It was wild, but it was very fun.
Many great careers began in barns.
Wait, what movie did you get that from?
No, Jesus was born in a barn.
That is true.
So,
no,
you know,
wasn't he born in like hay in a manger?
It was
outside?
a manger, but it was a barn. It's kind of a barn.
I should know this. This is my religion.
You know, it's mine too. So, but you know, I mean, Jesus. You know, they did a joke. And I think it was one of the Mel Brooks movies, and Jesus was in the movie, and they're like, and he shut the door, and he goes, "Oh, were you born in a barn?" And he goes, "Yes, I was."
That's funny.
So there you go. So with your Restani production duties, you know, you're very busy behind the scenes.
Yes.
We got a lot of things cooking in the fires right now, which we can't talk about because it's the summertime.
True.
And we're preparing for the fall and whatnot.
We've still got a lot of loose ends to tie
We
up.
have a lot of loose ends to tie up and a lot of fun things that we're going to be doing down the line. And your tour is now over.
Yes, it is.
But you are doing some extracurricular work activities at these theaters.
Yes, I am.
So your theater presence will be known.
It will be. Yes, it definitely will be.
And
Hopefully more professional opportunities coming in the future.
Fantastic! I can't wait.
Me too.
I've gone to one of your performances. I'm not going to say which one it was because I know that one show you did get free tickets, and we don't want to make anybody who's listening very upset. Like bully, welcome, I didn't get no ticket. We told them it was the wrong theater. No, we didn't, Bull, if you're listening. I mean, we've known each other for a long, long time.
Yes, a very long time.
And you have been wanting to do this most of your life.
Yes.
Since you just said it, since you were 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
You know, watching someone on stage. Now, speaking as a performer, I know what got my adrenaline going, why I wanted to do what I do. What particular actor, actress, show started your journey?
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. Which one?
What do you mean?
I'm kidding. I was doing
was
like a
like,
Beauty and the
what?
Beast thing. You know, 4 different versions. So Christmas Carol. Dickens's Christmas Carol. Now, when did you see that for the first time?
I want to say when I was 8. I
Well,
want to say 8.
8 years old. And which character inspired you the most? Which one? You know, was it Ebenezer Scrooge?
I don't even know if I want to tell this story.
I want to hear it. The world wants to hear this.
So this wasn't the moment I knew, but this is the one thing I remember from that particular show that I saw, that like day, that particular performance that I was at. I had gone with my school. If you're from this area and you went to school here, you probably were taken to a Christmas Carol at this theater before. It's been running for a very long time. And every year, the school shows sell out like crazy. And every year through elementary school, I would go with my class. And the first year I ever went was this particular performance I'm talking about. And I don't remember where I was sitting, but wherever I was sitting, there was a stage, like a small, like only one person can fit on it.
Right.
Out like dispersed in the audience.
So you had your own little platform.
And I was sitting right next to it. And Marley, the ghost, first of all, if you haven't seen this show, you need to go see it because the pyrotechnics are incredible. They are crazy, and like to this day when I go see it, I have to block my ears because it scares me still.
It's like a rock concert, huh?
Seriously, there's a lot of fire in this show. But anyway, everyone that I was sitting with, all my friends, we were all like terribly scared of Marley because the way that they fly him out and the pyrotechnics and everything is just so incredible. It's like, it's breathtaking. It's so scary. And I just remember saying to my friends after he came out and left, like, I will bet you $1 million at one point in the show he's going to be standing on this stage right here, right? Like I could breathe on him. That's how close he was. And of course, lo and behold, at one point in the show, it was long enough after that we kind of like forgot the stage was there.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I just feel like movement on my shoulder, and it was the freaking cloth on his costume. And I look, and he's literally standing over me, glowing in the dark. And I don't think I've screamed so loud in my entire life. Me and all my friends were like sitting on each other's lap, like all the way down the road to like get as far away as we could. It was so scary. And that's like the one thing I remember from that performance.
And you got an adrenaline rush and you were like, I want to do this.
I need to do this.
I
need to scare people.
I want to scare people. Now, I
did have a job up in Salem actually a couple of years ago where I got to scare people, and it was freaking awesome.
I haven't been to Salem up there in Halloween.
It was incredible. The rush, it was awesome.
I have a lot of people who I talked to on Twitter Spaces.
Yes, I see that all the time.
You've been requested to come in there, but you've just been too busy.
I'd love to come in.
All right, we'll have to do it one night. I have a lot of friends from England and Canada and whatnot, and they were going to come here for Comic-Con, but it's too hot and too sticky.
Oh, no, it's the best.
And they didn't want to come to the Comic-Con.
Best temperature.
But they want, you like it because you're a salamander.
I love it.
But they're going to come here in October.
Perfect.
Because they want to go to Salem to see all the witch stuff.
You definitely have to.
So you have to be a tour guide.
I could do it. I literally remember all the facts from my show about Salem.
I haven't been there since I was in like high school.
So the show that I was in, it was a couple of years ago. It was while I was still in college. I got a professional gig there while I was doing a show, and it was basically a show like about the Salem witch trials and like what happened during that time and like the truth behind it.
Right.
And almost the whole entire, it was a one-person show. It lasted 20 minutes, but they were like pyrotechnics and mechanics and things like that.
Ladies and gentlemen who are listening to this, who will talk to me in Twitter Spaces, who want to come here in October.
I can tell you the exact year. They still do it. They do it every year.
And it's going to be, we're going to be planning this. I'm looking at my calendar right now. The weekend before Halloween, we're going to have these people come from all over the country and maybe probably all over the world.
Oh my gosh.
Are coming here from my Twitter space to want to go on a tour with OMG Abby about witches.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, I've got to clear my calendar.
Well, you better clear your calendar.
I think I got stuff that weekend. I got to make sure I move it around.
What do you have that weekend that's more important than our Twitter space
Nothing
followers?
that's more important. That's why I said I got to move it around.
All right, we'll figure it out. One day out of the weekend.
Yeah, we have to do
right?
it.
You know,
yeah.
But getting back to A Christmas Carol, I wanted to mention this. I've been to a Broadway a gazillion times. I've only seen one Broadway show in my entire life.
I've only seen one too.
And
in Broadway, I've seen two in Boston.
Okay, up here, but on Broadway, it was A Christmas Carol, one-man performance.
Wow.
Patrick Stewart. Do you know who Patrick Stewart is?
I do.
The captain from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Wow.
And he did every character.
How? That is
It was
crazy.
insane. It was insane. The man got a standing ovation, no lie, for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I would, if I was that person, I would want a standing ovation for 20 minutes after putting all that work on.
I was like flabbergasted. I was like, are you kidding me? This was the greatest thing I've ever, obviously it was the first Broadway play I've ever went to. I've gone to little small ones around here. But when I saw that, it was just like, wow, this dude is beyond
How long
acting.
did that run for?
A Christmas season, because he had to go back to film Star Trek. So I think it ran from like November to probably right.
But like they never did it again?
No. Well, I think they did it somewhere else around the country, but that was the only time it was ever on Broadway.
Wow.
And it was 1991. I'll never forget it. And it was fantastic. So that was the only Broadway show. I'm going to hold out on going to a Broadway show until I see on the marquee OMG Abby.
That would literally be the best day of my life.
Well, you know, and hopefully I'll get a free ticket to that one.
Yeah, you definitely will.
All right, because, you know, I know people down in New York. I can sneak in stage doors. I've done it before.
Can you sneak me in one?
Yeah, you want to? You know, when Broadway, I don't even know if Broadway's opened up yet. But
I think, yeah, it is.
oh yeah, of course, because Pamela Anderson was in Chicago. She did the play Chicago.
She wasn't.
She was, yeah.
I thought that was a rumor.
No, that was the truth. She did that.
Oh my God.
I don't know what she played in because I've been outside.
She must have been Roxy, but holy shit. That would have not been good.
Yeah, she's not.
No offense if you're a fan, but geez.
Okay, no one's really been a fan of Pamela Anderson since probably like 1996.
Like, can she sing?
I have no idea.
Can she dance?
We know she can run on a beach. That's about it.
No, but if she can't sing or dance, then like she can't be Roxy. But I cannot picture her as literally anything else.
Well, she was a star. She was a star of it. So I don't know.
Roxy.
Okay, she was Roxy then.
Oh, Jesus, I need to look this up when I go home.
I don't know.
I need to look up who she was. This is going to drive me crazy.
All right, and while Abby's looking up over there, I'm going to give out some a little information on how you can follow us on social media. I am TC Restani, the award-winning TC Restani, and you can follow me on Twitter at AfterHoursTC. You can follow my lovely and talented co-host and executive producer on Twitter at AfterHoursAbby. #OMG.
I have an answer.
What is the answer?
She did play Roxy.
Oh my goodness! I knew she played Roxy. I was just holding out.
Did you actually?
No, I have no idea. Chicago is a place in the Midwest to me. All right.
I was in Chicago before.
Where, the city or the play?
The play. I've never been to the city.
And the only thing I know that came from Chicago is deep dish pizza and the cast of Shameless.
Oh yeah, I've never seen that.
You've never seen Shameless?
No, it's not been my cup of tea. I walked in on my roommates watching it one time, and there was like, I don't even remember what it was, but there was a part of an episode, and I was like, what are you watching?
Oh my God, you were missing out on one of the greatest television shows of the 20.
I do like Emmy Rossum though.
I love.
I
Emmy
saw
Rossum.
My aunt when she was alive, like years ago.
Phantom of the Opera?
Obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Obsessed with it.
Well, you can see all of Emmy Rossum on every episode of Shameless.
Yes, that is true. I know that. Sorry, I'm trying. There's a thing about her.
Who, Pamela Anderson or Emmy Rossum?
No, Pamela Anderson. Wow. People are saying she was the best celebrity guest for a Broadway show so far.
You trying to tell me she was better than Christy Brinkley?
I'm going home and I'm watching a bootleg production of this because I need to see if she was actually good.
I think, why don't we put on our own production of Chicago?
I would love to. Do you want to hear a story? It's a very quick story.
Sure.
I did Chicago probably 4 years ago, around 4 years ago. And I was going to be cast as Roxy Hart. I was down to the last two people. It was between me and somebody else. And I outdanced this girl. I outsang her. I did everything better than her. Sorry, I don't mean to toot my own horn.
Toot it.
I did everything better than her.
We know how talented you are.
Everybody there knew that I was going to be Roxy.
Let me guess before you even say it. Her dad ran the show.
No.
Oh, okay.
She got Roxy over me because she was going to a musical theater school.
Right.
And I don't know if I should say this on the air, but I'm going to anyway.
Go ahead.
I don't want to say wasn't talented enough, but like did not get cast in any shows at school, at her performing arts school. They did not cast her in anything. So to help her out, they casted her as Roxy Hart over me, just to add something to her resume.
So basically, they greased the wheels. It was an inside job.
Yeah, and you know what? She doesn't even go to school for theater anymore. So that was a waste.
She works at McDonald's now, I heard.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Down the street.
Pumping gas.
Oh, I will never get over that.
Well,
just kidding. I will, but whatever.
Well, listen, when you're getting your Tony Award or Emmy Award
Right?
or Academy Award, this person is going to be sitting at home on their toilet watching it on their phone. Okay?
Yeah, you're right. I do have to say though, like being in my first regional production, the one thing that made me like so happy was the fact that in high school, like, yeah, I was the theater kid, but like I was never the person that people associated theater with. Like people associated me with cheerleading.
Right.
But like my director in high school, the same person who casted this girl as Roxy over me, just saying, my director in high school like played favorites a lot.
Of course.
And I was never like the lead favorite. I was always the like person in charge of dances and everything favorite. So like I would be called back for leads until like it was between me and one other person, and like they would always get it and I would always get like the ensemble like dancer,
Right.
dance captain and everything.
The background character.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I had like the best time. Like I would rather play an ensemble member than a lead now. Like they're just so much more fun to play.
There's a lot less pressure.
That too. But I never was like a favorite. So all of the favorites in high school like have nothing to do with theater now. And I think like I shocked everybody when
I don't know why.
When this new theater became like my home, I think everybody was
Right.
like, wow, who would have thought?
Well,
I would have thought me.
like I said,
did.
you were down here at Restani Productions for a long time. You interned down here as a very young person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, moved here from England and whatnot. And you were always talking, even when you had a big mouth of metal, when you had your braces and whatnot,
Yeah.
talking about, I'm going to be an actress. I'm going to be an actress. And everybody's like, okay, Abby, okay, Greg, you know, go over there and edit that show. Go over there and do that.
Yeah.
But we all knew. We all knew
Thank you.
deep down inside because you were performing even as a child.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, let's be honest. Acting is just professional pretend.
It's true.
That's all it is.
Well, that's what I did. That's what started off my career, you know?
Right. Everybody pretends.
Yeah, of course.
And for those who don't lose it, they're going to want to be actors
Exactly.
or performers or entertainers and whatnot. And
For a while, I really didn't think this was my calling anymore.
I know, because the last time we talked, a couple months ago, or a little longer than that on this podcast, you were at a crossroads in your life.
Yeah.
You really didn't know what you wanted to do.
I still really don't, but I have a better idea.
You were
now.
still in school. You were still in school. You haven't
Yeah.
graduated yet. You were worried about that, and you were busy doing schoolwork and all of that stuff and Restani production stuff. But you were, you know, you're. It's kind of like the acting bug was not front and center anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like that wasn't the first time either that's happened. And I feel like every time that happens, I lose a part of myself because, I mean, a lot of my friends don't really live here anymore. They've all moved away, and like I hang out with my boyfriend a lot, but like he just started a full-time job, and we also like have different aspects of our own life. And
right.
When I get too busy or don't have time to do theater, or it's not like you said on the attention, I feel like I'm not myself really, and I've lost that part a couple times, and it always seems to come back. And I'm just kind of on the train now of like, I don't want this feeling to go anywhere. And my educating career or whatever it ends up being, like, will be that in the future. But right now, I kind of just want to see what life has to offer.
Well, it's time to use that education that you studied long and hard for, and put a good use to it. Now, acting is something that is in your blood. I mean, you can't get rid of it. Once you have it in there, as much as you try, you can't get rid of it. You could retire from it for a while, but you always seem to come back to it.
Yeah.
And you've done that.
Yeah, I have, and I don't really want it to go anywhere. I'm ready. But like, I say this to everybody, like, my goal isn't like to be the next, I don't know, like whoever a big name in like film is. Like, I don't want to be like the biggest star in the world. I don't want to go to Broadway. I just want to like act and have fun and do what makes me happy.
You want to be a working actress.
I do, yeah.
You don't want to be a superstar in tabloids and all that.
No, I don't care about that. I don't care about any of that.
No, you just want to go, you want to do your job, you want to perform, and you want to get paid for it.
Yes.
Exactly. You don't want to be, on, maybe you do want to be in billboards if they're advertising plays and whatnot, but you don't want to be a scandalous person.
No.
You don't want to be,
I don't want to have my life exposed.
Right. You don't want to have sickos doing dedication websites to you and all that stuff.
That's creepy.
That is weird and
if
whatnot.
any of you are doing that out there, stop it right now.
Or give us some royalty money or something.
Okay, I'll take the money.
There you go. Yeah. OMGAbbey.com. But no, I get you. Okay, because everybody says, do you want to be like the next host of the Tonight Show? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I like what I do. Would I want it to be more successful? Sure, of course.
Right.
But I wouldn't want it to be
like the next Jimmy Fallon.
No, I'm better than Jimmy Fallon. I mean,
you are.
I don't want to be. I wouldn't want to be in the spotlight like they are. You know what?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Johnny Carson was an enigma, and talk show hosts aren't an enigma because it's like a podcast. Everybody has one. Mm-hmm. We have a podcast and probably 17,000 people listen to it, maybe 4 billion people listen to other ones and whatnot. It's not a pissing contest.
Right. Exactly.
We're just doing what we like to do. We're having fun at this, Restani,
and that makes it better.
Right. Do I think Restani Productions is going to be the next Lucasfilm? Of course not. All right. I'd be stupid to think that. And anybody out there who does that, I'm not taking away from your dreams, but guess what? It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a shitload of capital money invested in it.
Yeah, it's true.
It ain't got. People just think, well, I'm going to do a podcast and the whole world's going to. I hope they do. But then if you want to branch it, you can't just stay doing one thing. You have to evolve it and evolve it.
I completely agree.
And if you don't have somebody who has money backing you, it ain't going to happen.
I completely agree. And I think a lot of people need to learn that.
Right.
For example, the other day, I was driving someone home from work who also lives in my area. And she's currently in high school, like getting ready to go to college, and we were talking about like, what do you want to do with your life and blah 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 blah. And I said to her, look, something that a lot of people need to learn is like, it's not easy. Like we were talking about mutual connections we have who like are going to school for theater or whatever and like expect to be the next Broadway star. And I said to her, I was like, that really irritates me because I don't think anybody realizes how hard it is. Like they all come from a very small town with like one director and they always get the leads. Like that's not going to happen in real life.
No, of course not.
And she agreed with me, and she said one of her friends who I also know like was the lead in everything. Like literally every production that I've ever been in or seen her in, she's been the lead. And I guess she auditioned for like 15 schools for the theater department, and she didn't get into one of them.
Right. It's like kids.
One.
It's like kids who play football in high school think they can be in the Super Bowl.
And yeah, exactly.
All right?
And
you
then
know,
they can't even like last through college.
they can't even play Nerf football somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
and like that's not to offend anybody, but like
It's a harsh reality.
It is a harsh reality, and I wish more people realize that, because I feel like, especially nowadays, everybody is kind of in a slump, or like is coming out of a slump, and then reality hits and it's a whole different story.
Right. Or they have no ambition or dreams anyway. You had a dream. I have a dream. A lot of people we work with all have dreams.
My dream has adjusted over time.
Sure.
And I'm happy with what it is now.
No, you're doing what you like to do.
Yeah, and it took me a while to realize that.
Right. Do you want a little bit more monetary support in that for you?
100,000, a million percent.
Of course you do. But I know I have friends who are big time celebrities, and they love what they do, but they hate what they do as well.
Yeah.
Because,
of course,
you know, they have when they go out to go shopping, they have to dress down and hide.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
You know, just to go get a slice of pizza down the street from where they live.
I feel like I would enjoy that, and it'd be cool for like a year. And then after that, I'd be like, okay, this isn't fun anymore.
Until some nutcase is looking in your window and standing out in front of your apartment building all day.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to worry about like being protected wherever I go. I mean, I am a woman, so I kind of have to worry about that anyway. But
well, you'll have bodyguards. You know, we can afford that at Restani Productions.
Perfect.
Bull Montana could do that.
Right.
Unless someone gives him a Twinkie. But yeah, not only it also affects, you know, family members.
Yeah.
You know, say, you know, you say tomorrow you get cast in the new Friends, the next generation.
That'd be freaking awesome.
All right, as Jennifer Aniston's daughter, right?
Really.
I know what you like. All right, and it becomes a huge hit. All right. Now you want to go on a casual walk through Central Park.
Literally can't do that.
And with your boyfriend, who's not in the entertainment industry.
Right. Everything is exploited
now. And then his
face
face is on every tabloid magazine in the world. And they'll be coming up with dirt on him saying, you know, oh, he did this and that. Just to cause trouble.
Like who would, oh my God, I would not want that.
Right. Now, I've met your boyfriend. He's the nicest kid in the world. Right? I mean, you wouldn't want that to happen to somebody like that, you know.
No.
If he was a dickhead, sure, but he's not.
Right.
You know, if you came from, you know, a family that were assholes to you, you know, rub it in their face.
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
You know, but you don't want. I mean, this.
No.
We talk about celebrity all the time. I know celebrities. Some, you know, part of me says, well, one day you want to do this, and then you stop and step out of the outside of the box and look at it. It's like, why would anybody want this?
Yeah, I went on a cruise with my family. I don't know, like 2019, however many years ago that was.
That's 3.
Great. And
it was PC, pre-COVID.
Yes, literally. Like it's like AD and BC times now.
Well, BC could also be before COVID.
What did we just say? Wasn't it BC? Didn't you say BC?
PC, pre-COVID.
Oh, pre-COVID. Okay. Either way. And I did a lot of singing on that cruise.
I saw the videos.
Yeah, I feel like people know this already. But like my family signed me up to like do it because they thought it was fun, and we did karaoke and we did this and we did that, but they were all in different locations of the ship.
Right.
So it was never in the same spot. It was different locations. And
so
by the
audience.
end, yes, but by the end of the week, these people were probably like, "Who is this girl?" Because she keeps singing everywhere. Like no matter where we go, whether we're at the pool, the piano bar, or like the karaoke room, wherever we are, she's singing. Like the band asked me to sing all this stuff. So it was really, really cool. It was like one of the best experiences ever. But I was very self-conscious of the fact that I didn't want this cruise to be like the Abbey cruise. Like I didn't want my whole family to be like, okay, we're sick of this. Like we're done with it. Like we get it. She sings. We get it. She can perform. Like whatever. We're here for a family vacation. Is she
gonna sing on the excursion?
Like yeah, I didn't want that to be. I was very, very self-aware about that, and I tried to like not do it as much as possible. But then like my mom would sign me up for something, or like my cousin would sign me up for something. And then by the last day, like the second to last day, the band who I like did like a karaoke night with was asking for me. And I literally had to go back to my room from the pool, change, put an outfit on, and go back to the pool. And I sang 2 songs with them.
What songs did you sing?
Incredible.
What song did you sing?
I sang Moves Like Jagger and by Maroon 5 and Cheap Thrills by Sia. That's what it was.
Well, give me a few bars of Jagger.
I can't do that.
Oh, okay. I guess we have to go on a 3-hour tour like on Gilligan's
I literally
Island.
would rather sing out front of a crowd of like 17,000 strangers than like 2 people that I know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm one of those people.
No, I understand. I understand that.
But regardless, what I was
feeling.
saying was this. I'm going to get sidetracked. What I was saying was by the last day of this cruise, the day that you get off the ship, you can like still go to breakfast and stuff that morning because they don't let you off until like noon.
Like noon, yeah.
And my whole family, every morning we'd go to this breakfast bar and it was like a buffet, eat all you want.
Of course.
So we like always had like a big table that held our whole family. And the last night, so the night before, they had an American Idol competition and I didn't do it. I didn't sign up. I didn't do it just because like whatever. At that point I was done. Like I was just having fun.
Right. I want bacon and eggs. I don't care about this.
I don't care. So we're all sitting at the breakfast table and all of a sudden this random woman, I've never seen her before, comes up, interrupts my family's breakfast and just like walks right up to me and goes, "So did you win last night?" And my whole family's looking at me like, who is this woman? What is she talking about?
In the casino? Yeah, like $20, yeah.
My cousin actually did win there. But I was just like, sorry? No, I'll win what? And she was like, the American Idol contest. Did you win? And I started like chuckling and I was like, no, I didn't do it. Like I didn't even like go there. And she was like, are you serious?
You would have won.
You would have won. No, she literally said that. She's like, you would have won. And I just remember like sitting there being like, this woman, I've never seen her before. Has she been like following me around this whole cruise? Like she's seen me sing everywhere. And she was like, well, either way, I just want to say like my family has loved hearing you sing and like loved watching you perform this whole time.
Did you get her name and number?
I didn't.
Maybe we can send her an OMG Abby
That would
t-shirt.
be awesome. But I just remember saying to myself, I feel famous because someone literally just scoped me out of this entire dining room full of like 1,000 people and came up and interrupted my family's breakfast to tell me that she enjoyed watching me perform. But then they were, I feel like you would enjoy this story. So there was one night I sang in the piano bar because they were having people up. He actually called me up because my family was like hooting and hollering and being annoying.
Right.
But after I sang the song that I sang, I decided to go back to my room to go get like a sweatshirt or something, and my cousin came with me. And I'm walking through the crowd and like people are like shaking my hand, like saying good job, whatever, blah, 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 blah. This old man comes up to me and shakes my hand and said, you were phenomenal. You were fantastic. And I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Like, that's so sweet, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, how did you learn how to move like that? And I was just like, what? I looked at my cousin and I was like, oh, I don't even remember what I said. And he goes, you are so flexible. And I just remember being like, what the fuck is this person talking about? All I did was sing. I didn't dance. I didn't do anything. Was there a strip club on this boat that he went to the night before? Earlier that night, we had all gone to a show. And there was a girl who was a performer there, and she was doing like splits and stuff like that, and like kicks and her leg behind her head and everything.
I probably can't see, and he thought it was you.
He literally thought it was me. But I just remember standing there being so dumbfounded about like, what the hell? I remember I sat there and like thought to myself, like, what the hell did I do that I would have come across as flexible? Like I didn't even move. And I just remember standing there.
But you had the moves like Jagger though.
But like I just remember standing there being like, what is this person talking about? I don't even remember what I said. I just remember like he's still holding my hand, like gripped onto my hand, like shaking my hand. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but please get away from me. It was funny.
Well, just imagine that times a million became a big time star.
Right, like that's creepy.
I mean, some old dude, having a little fantasy in his eye on a cruise ship.
Yeah, that's so creepy.
Whack jobs from all of the world, flocking to a theater because Abby's there and they're outside.
That's scary. That's not even like fun anymore. That's scary.
And you are a tiny little person.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you, 5'2"?
Yeah, I am.
5'2". And
5'3" on a good day, but yeah,
5'3" on a good day if your hair's puffy or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Ricky Bittman, Mr. Ricky Bittman, my mentor, it was the first time he saw you in quite a while.
Yeah.
And he goes, I can't believe how tiny she is.
Yeah, I'm pretty small.
Right. So it's amazing. So just imagine that, like, you left the theater and you didn't have bodyguards and whatnot.
Yeah, I could be swept up.
Unless you know kung fu or something.
Well, I don't.
Or carry mace or something. No, she's nodding her head.
No.
You can take out a fluffernutter and you can whip it at their face.
I mean, that is pretty sticky. If you got that in someone's eyes, that would burn.
Right, it's like a rat thing.
That's
When
not
they're
a
rat
bad
traps
idea.
when they get caught in.
Yeah,
you
right.
can just put
When their
fluffernutters
feet
all over
get
the
caught,
sidewalk.
That's so sad.
It is sad, but stalkers aren't rats.
That's true.
So they're not cute and cuddly. I don't even know why we're talking about rats like that, but unbelievable. Now, I want to get onto a subject here that I've been promoting and you've been promoting is win a Zoom chat.
This is awesome. This is going to be so fun.
Now, we started this campaign a little while ago, and we kind of sidelined because I knew Abby was busy and whatnot. But now that you're back full force, we need to get you, OMG Abby Harwich, at After Hours Abby on Twitter, to 1,000 followers.
We can do it. I'm kind of surprised, not to be that person. I'm not amazing, but I'm kind of surprised we're not there already.
No, I know.
I feel like we should be.
We should be there, but I know I follow Twitter trends and whatnot. And in your real life, now, when I text with Abby, I get a response maybe 12 hours later or a couple days later.
I literally, I can guarantee you if I went into my phone right now, I have a message from at least 2 months ago that I've never opened.
Right. Okay. So you're the same way on the social media. And I keep sending you text, you need to update. You need to update your Twitter and whatnot. And
I have 19 messages right now and 7 phone calls that I haven't even looked at.
Okay. So if you
nobody take it personally.
Hey, listen, I don't take it personally, and I have one-on-one connections with her. So for the people out there on Twitter that if you don't respond in a while, because sometimes I even send you a DM on Twitter, and it's like, well, wait a minute, I haven't heard anything back in a week.
I literally will see a notification pop up on my phone and be like, oh, I'll respond to that in a minute, and then 6 days will go by, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right. I hadn't heard from you in a week, and I kept sending you all these texts and whatnot.
I literally saw them all and was like, I'll respond in a minute when I'm not busy, and then
I'm gonna read the actual text.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is what happened, ladies and gentlemen.
My response is probably just OMG.
Oh no, it wasn't OMG. All right, I texted Abby because we were planning to do something for promotional stuff.
I want to follow along.
All right, and basically, it was basically, yo, Abby, let's chat next week if you can, and that was on a Friday. I didn't. This is actually quicker for you. I heard about this on Sunday, and it was basically, hi, I'm literally so sorry for not responding to you. I promise I'm not ignoring you. I literally just saw this message and completely forgot to respond because I'm so busy at the theater and blah, 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 blah. Please don't take it personally. I'm not ignoring you. Now, I know you're not ignoring me because I know I've known you for so long and you're always like this. So people have this probably image of you,
I promise I'm not a bitch.
No,
I literally...
No, you're not.
I promise. I literally just forget to respond.
What about now? Does your boyfriend have to go through this as well sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
But usually I'm the one that's getting left on red because he's very busy.
I understand this. Well, I was like, all right, because I had a meeting with Ricky Bittman and Aunt Petunia and some other people behind the scenes. We need Abby's influence. I'll text her right now. She'll get back to me. And of course, I'm saying to myself, no, she's not, because I could literally be saying, I'm on fire. Call the ambulance. And I'd be a briquette by the time they would show up. So, I mean...
If it is something urgent, just put SOS before it.
SOS. Okay.
SOS, and I'll know that, no, I have to drop everything and respond now.
Okay. All right.
I promise you, if you do that, I will remember.
Okay, now everybody's going to be tweeting hashtag SOS on your Twitters and whatnot.
That's fine. I will see it, and I will respond.
But all right, so I just wanted to make this perfectly clear out there, because people were DMing me going, is she ignoring us? And I go, no, she's just...
No, I promise
she's just
not.
weird like that.
I am. My parents always make fun of me, oh, you couldn't last a day without your phone. Are you kidding me? You should see what my screen time is. I have those reports set up every week.
Yeah.
I think my screen time last week for the whole week was 4 hours.
Okay, no, see, I understand this completely because I know
7 days. For 7 days, 4 hours.
Right.
My parents have no idea. They think I'm on my phone 24/7. If they saw how many notifications I had, they'd be like, wow, that's really overwhelming. Please shut your phone off because I don't want to see that.
So when do you charge your phone? Once a week?
Actually, my family has a lake house and we all went up there for the 4th of July and we stayed for like 4 or 5 days. And my boyfriend also came. And when I'm surrounded by the people that I usually talk to,
You don't need to text
I
them.
don't need my phone.
Right.
My phone and my boyfriend's phone, both of our phones lasted for 3 days without plugging it into the charger once.
Wow.
3 days.
So long story short, we need to get you more followers. All right?
Yeah, this reason right here is why I don't respond. You see how quickly we just got sidetracked?
Right. We sidetracked about 10,000 times during the last 55 minutes
True.
about peanut butter and all this other stuff.
It's already been 55 minutes?
Been 55 minutes seems like 55 seconds.
No way.
But you,
Oh my God.
Abby Harwich, need more followers. There are people.
do.
There are people around there, around the country, around the world, who have been retweeting all
More
the things.
people for me to forget to respond.
Well, I think you'll respond to it. But this has a silver lining at the end because
Yes, it does.
once you reach 1,000 followers, you, Abby Harwich, are going to pick at random out of those 1,000 followers
Hell yeah.
a lucky person to get a Zoom chat with you.
That would be so fun. I cannot wait for that.
So all you have to do out there, if you're not following Abby, what is your Twitter handle?
At After Hours Abby.
Unbelievable. And
Hashtag OMG.
Abby.
Hashtag SOS.
Hashtag SOS, yeah. And we're going to get you 1,000 followers. And you know what?
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. I mean, you're halfway there.
I know, it's
You're,
gonna happen.
You're halfway there. So we need to get 500 more followers. Doesn't matter when, as long as we
Yeah.
get it. And you are going to do a Zoom chat with them for like a half hour. It's not going to be one of these 5-minute deals.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun with it,
Yeah, of course. It's going to be like one of these.
Oh, obviously, if they're following you, they're a fan of yours. Of
course.
And whoever this lucky winner is, I'm looking at something right here. I was just handed to by our promotions department, and whoever this lucky person may be, not only will they get an OMG chat with Abby, but they will get some Abby merchandise for free.
It's very exciting. It's all very exciting.
It is very exciting. I'm
Just no more midget cardboard.
Oh yeah, well, our friend Jay, our number one fan, you saw that picture that he put in his when he tweeted out of your little midget cardboard cut up in his '80s room.
It is literally a midget cardboard cut out of me. It is mini.
So you're 5'2", so this cardboard cutout I think was like 4'2".
Yeah.
Because the promotion department sent me an invoice saying, for an extra foot, it'll cost another $100, and we were like, you know what?
Is it really that important?
It's perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
You can put it a right up close to you and it'll look like Andre the Giant, or you can put it halfway across the room and it'll look like a Hobbit.
Exactly. You just wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just like staring at
Right.
you.
I don't
How
know.
creepy is that?
Maybe we can get like stuffed Abby dolls. It could be like
That
alarms.
is so creepy.
Like alarms when people walk in the room and just go, OMG, OMG, OMG.
That'll be their alarms in the morning. SOS. If someone falls.
So now merchandising. I mean, a lot of fans have been asking about merchandising out there. We've had this discussion before, but we had COVID and you've been away and been busy and whatnot. What do you think? Abby posters, Abby what? You're Abby. What would you want to be a merchandise of yourself other than a little midget cardboard standee?
I don't know. I've got to think about that. I feel like a sticker would be cool.
A sticker.
Like an OMG Abby sticker. Like, people put them on like water bottles or like
Okay,
laptops.
so kind of like the logo that's on your shirt.
Yeah, but just like a sticker.
Okay, we can do that.
I feel like that'd be cool.
We can do that. We can do OMG Abby's stickers and whatnot.
What we got? We got shirts. We've got
shirts. We've got 8x10s. We have mugs. But I'm talking about just you specifically. We have After Hours with TC Restani merch. But we want to do some more OMG Abby merch. By the way, the guy I prints out our shirts loves the logo.
I love it. It's awesome.
Well, I a little pat on my back because I'm the one who did it.
I know. They look great. I love it.
They're fantastic. I mean, it's fantastic. And we're going to open up a merch store. I mean, we've said this a million times before. But we're actually getting everything back on track because the world went to hell for a couple of years. And once we reach 1,000 followers, which really isn't that much of a mile. It's not that hard to do. But it's like, ladies and gentlemen, Abby, you have the floor. Pitch why people should follow you.
People should follow me because I'm fun. I'm exciting. Always looking for a new adventure. Constantly updating. When I remember.
When you remember, yeah.
We're just here to have a good time and chat and, stay connected. and, you know, hopefully do more podcasts and do more shows and do more Zoom calls and whatnot and meet more of you and
Public appearances.
more contests. Yeah, just something fun to do and something to keep the mood like lighthearted and
That's
keep
what
a
we're
connection.
all about at Restani Productions. We're entertainment, we're fun.
Yeah.
We're escapist reality is what we are
course.
down here. If you have a bad day, tune into us. We have
It's true.
fun.
I was having like a horrible week.
Tell the reason why we did this podcast today, because you were thumbing through some of the old podcasts.
Yeah, I was, and I was going through a lot of the old podcasts, and you know, it's been a while since I've been down here, and I said to myself, like, I'm not doing anything tonight. Like, why don't I just go down? Why don't I just see what's happening, and we'll just do a podcast? Like, it's been so long, and like, times to relax and, you know, have a moment to myself are very rare to come by, and
Right.
and like sometimes the time just gets away from me. And tonight I was like, I miss this, and I've been having a really horrible week. Look, I've had a lot of anxiety this
And
past
it's only
week.
Monday.
I know, but like last week and this week, and my family had like a huge like party that we threw for my cousin, and there was just a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff in my personal life, and I was just, you know, experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of being overwhelmed, and I was like, you know, I really could use this because it's fun, and it's like whether we're venting or not, like it's just a way to let off steam, and it's fun.
It's like a therapy session.
It is, honestly.
And
Like,
one
I
of the-
literally. Are you gonna ask me which one it was?
And I know which one it was because you texted me. You just go, I'm sitting here laughing and listening to us wheeze about BG
We literally
Restani.
were wheezing. I was laughing so hard because it just like goes silent and you just hear wheezing, like every like intermittent wheezing every now and then. It's just silent. And I was listening to it on my bed, and I'm like crying, laughing, hysterically laughing. And I was like, I need another one of these nights.
And we're having one right now. It was kind of like if you listen to that episode where
I'm gonna go home and listen to it again.
BG Restani. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted out like a 30-second clip about that. It sounds like we're both having an asthma attack.
Oh no, we really do. It's so funny.
I still want to be part of the BG.
I know.
That's not a joke. I mean, you know,
so
this just
funny.
what's his name? Barry Gibb is the only one left.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what you said.
It could be now BG Restani. Stay. Now, for those of you who come into a little shameless plug here, for those of you who come into my Twitter spaces, which I have pretty much every night.
And you should all join because I've heard they're amazing and I want to go.
At 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's the reason I don't go though, because I'm
Yeah, 'cause
already
you're,
asleep.
You're already asleep. You've been invited a million times.
I
and
know.
I've texted you, and 4 days later you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it."
Or like 4 months later.
4 months later, I go in there and I have friends in England who love when I sing the Bee Gees songs.
So funny.
I sing.
You
know,
sound just like him.
You know, our good friend Jo out there. Jo, if you're listening, she's fantastic, and she always, TC, I want you to do your Bee Gees. So I have to do the Bee Gees. Staying alive. So, so Barry Gibb, if you're listening out there, I'll go on tour with you, and
That would be incredible.
And be BG Restani. It'd be fantastic and whatnot.
That would be
So,
incredible.
this
We
is
should do a special.
We should do a special.
Maybe we should do a contest.
Of what was the contest?
Maybe we should do a contest of like, how many followers do you have?
I don't know. It fluctuates each week, but over 3,000.
Oh, I was going to say we should do a contest, and like once you hit a certain amount, you have to like do a BG song.
I'll do it for free. I don't have to get research. I do it almost every night on my Twitter space. So what's the difference?
That'd be awesome. Like full costume, everything, music video.
Okay. Now I reposted one of your songs not too long ago.
Yes, I saw that.
And people have been asking me, when is Abby going to do like an album? I mean, we're not going to do a full-fledged 12-song album.
No, honestly, like one of my dreams, not dreams, but one of my goals have been very long to release an EP. And I definitely do have, there's like a motorcycle going by somewhere down there.
And we're in the penthouse. That must be a loud
geez.
motorcycle.
But I do have quite a few songs recorded. They're just kind of sitting there. I just need to get the ball rolling.
What about a Christmas special?
See, I don't know.
You
I could
just-
do one. Yeah, I could do one down here,
That's
but
what I'm
I
talking
don't
about.
want to do like a Christmas album. I'm not that person.
Really? Even
Yeah.
though it was a Christmas carol that inspired you on this journey?
I don't know. It's something about Christmas. I don't know. Like I'm a firm believer in like the Christmas carols and all the Holly Jolly songs and all that. Like,
Fa la 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 la.
yeah, keep those. And then all like the makeshift, like the wannabe Christmas songs. And no, I'm all set.
I wouldn't know any of those. I know the old classics like Jingle
That's
Bells
what I mean.
and all
like,
that other stuff.
Like a lot of artists that I follow and people that I'm fans of, like they all release like Christmas albums and they all have like Christmas songs and it's so exciting, like the best time of the year and blah 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 blah. And yeah, it is. But like when people overdo it, that's when I get uninterested.
All right. Well, you know what? When we have the big brainstorming meeting in a couple of weeks, bring it to the table. Maybe we'll do a music video of you singing a song, one of your favorite songs. And one of the other things, one of our fans really wants to see a gymnastic video because they saw you doing
gymnastic video. I don't know what I can do anymore.
They
It's been quite a while.
They saw you doing those Jedi flips. and they were like, when are we going to have an OMG Abby gymnastic? Basically, I think just they want to see you flip around.
Oh God, I don't know how many more of those I can do, but I can like put together a video of like things I've done.
All right, well maybe we'll do that. I mean, you're only 24 years old. You sound like you're 84 years old.
Yeah, but it's been quite a while since I've had to do that. I'm not like, I don't know.
Well, that old man said you were flexible.
Yeah, I don't know what show he was watching, but
maybe he was watching your Twitter feed and watching you do little spins and what on a football
so
field.
Funny.
Well, we have a lot of things planned for OMG. You're your own brand now.
Yes.
And obviously because we have the T-shirts and a big shout out to our good friend CJ out there.
Yes, thank you, CJ.
Who is promoting the hell out of Abby with his OMG
He is
Abby.
awesome.
Now, if you want an OMG Abby t-shirt, we have a few. If you really, really, really are a huge fan of Abby, I'm talking die-hard fan. I know you send a few to some fans out there. And
but we have more.
We do have more. We have more fans and we have more shirts.
Yes, we
do. So if you want an OMG Abby, you can DM me because I'll probably get back to you a lot quicker than Abby will.
Probably.
And you can follow me on Twitter
Unless you say SOS.
Say SOS. You can follow me on Twitter at After Hours TC, and of course you can follow Abby at
After Hours Abby.
So we got merch, we got fun things. It's really awesome to have you back in the loop again. It's not one-on-one seeing you here in person again. It's been a while since I've seen you, but we texted and I said like, look, we've talked about verbatim on the show. It takes you 400 years to get a text back to him. So we'll just make that perfectly clear. So once again, before we wrap up the program, you need 1,000 followers.
Yes.
And some lucky person is going to get
a Zoom call with me.
A Zoom chat with OMG Abby.
It's going to be so much fun.
I can't wait to see who this person is. I'm
Me
not
too.
eligible, even though I do follow you. But
Are you going to be there?
Of course I'm going to be there.
Okay.
Who else is going to man the Zoom thing,
I'm just checking, just making sure.
No, of course it's going to be. I'm going to be
Okay,
here.
good.
All right. We're going to do it in the studio and whatnot.
Oh, okay,
With the
cool.
with the backdrop. They're not going to have a Zoom with me, so don't worry about it. For the people out there who are big fans of Abby, don't want to be in the picture, I'm not going to be in the picture. I'll be behind the scenes pushing the buttons, and it'll be you one-on-one with OMG Abby. All you got to do is follow her at
After Hours Abby.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be awesome.
So big shout outs to our fans out there who lured you back in.
Yes, and thank you for sticking with me even in my what's it called?
Sabbatical.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Or what do they call it in the TV industry? You were on.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Hiatus.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
You were on an entertainment hiatus,
yes,
but you were back.
So thank you for sticking with me.
It's fantastic, and big shout out to your good friend, the greatest fisherman of all time,
Captain Dave Marciano. Tails up.
We have some projects in the works with him too coming down the pike. Fantastic. So we're going to wrap this program up. I am TC Restani.
And I am Abby Harwich, OMG Abby.
And this is After Hours. And we what?
We never close.